In 1901, Augusta Dieter, married to Karl Dieter, was admitted to the city hospital for the mentally ill and epileptics in Frankfurt, Germany. She was kept under the supervision of a young doctor called Aloysius Alzheimer. In her initial interview with the doctor, she answered that Augusta herself was her husband, and she said that she ate spinach while she ate pork. Later, Alois conducted an autopsy on her brain and found out that there are two abnormalities within her brain, which are plaques and tangles. Most people often heard about Alzheimer's, and we often misunderstand that Alzheimer's is a disease and treat it as a normal aging problem. My grandmother suffered from this disease back then, and it encourages me to research and read papers on it. So today, I'd like to talk about what is Alzheimer's, its symptoms, and the treatment. So we will start first with what is Alzheimer's. Alzheimer's disease is a progressive disease that destroys your memory and other important mental functions. In fact, according to CDC, Centers of Disease Control and Prevention in USA, Alzheimer had caused more death than cancer in USA in 2014. Scientists believe that this particular disease is caused by a combination of genetic, lifestyle, and environmental factors that caused by the tangles and the plaques before that turn out to be formed out of protein. Alzheimer's causes a significant brain shrinkage, so your brain will decrease in volume. The plaque interferes the cell-to-cell communication in your brain network, and it is believed as the prime suspect of the Alzheimer's disease. Brain cells also depend on the nutrients and other important materials carried throughout their long extensions, and this abnormal tangle interfere with their transportation, leading to the death of the brain cells. And as the brain starts shrinking, the symptoms appear. When an older gentleman forgets where he left his keys, he usually finds them soon enough, right? And this minor forgetfulness is considered as a normal thing that you do when you grow older. But having the keys in his hand and forgetting what they are for is a more serious problem, which is an indication of Alzheimer's. People with Alzheimer's tend to repeat statements and questions over and over again. They might get lost in familiar spaces even in their own home. They also will forget the name of their family members and everyday objects. They also will find difficulties in concentrating and thinking about abstract concepts like numbers. Taking appropriate response on daily problem, for example, food burning on the stove, becomes increasingly challenging for them. Furthermore, people with advanced Alzheimer's condition may also forget how to do daily and simple tasks, such as dressing, put your dress on, and bathing. They cannot do that appropriately. And in addition, they also may experience changes in their personality and behavior. They may become depressed, they will become apathy, and they will distrust in others. Knowing the symptoms, for over than 100 years, scientists have tried to find a cure for the disease. But unfortunately, current Alzheimer's medication can only help at time with the memory, symptoms, and other cognitive changes, and cannot cure the disease itself. There are two types of drugs that are currently used to treat the symptoms. The first group is the inhibitors drugs. It works by boosting levels of cell-to-cell communication by providing a certain chemical substance that is depleted and not exist in Alzheimer's patient. The improvement is modest or just a bit trivial, but this kind of drugs may help to improve other psychological symptoms such as agitation and depression as well. And the other class of the drugs works in another section of brain communication network, and it slows the progression of the symptoms in moderate and severe Alzheimer's disease. In addition, other types of drugs such as antidepressants also used to help control other behavioral symptoms associated with Alzheimer's. Today, scientists are still struggling about this disease. Knowing what it is and having a successful diagnostic on it don't bring them any closer to the invention of the cure for the disease. They argue that all of this happens because we are lack of the awareness and the attention on the disease itself. Thank you. The scientists say that they cannot determine what is the ultimate factor that causes this disease. They said that it's a combination of genetic, lifestyle, environmental, and it can affect everyone in the world, no exception. But usually the ultimate factor is age. That's why we tend to misunderstand that Alzheimer's is like a normal phenomenon, like being senile or forgetting things is a normal thing. It's a normal thing to appear in your later age. But if you realize that the volume of the brain in Alzheimer's patient is way lesser than a brain with the normal old people. So the normal old people that doesn't have this disease will have more and less more volume in their brain. Yeah, and why it's called disease? Because the brain volume in the patient is really lesser than the normal and healthy old people.
The question is, how high is the possibility of young people acquiring this?
The statistic sorry. Young people.
Yeah.
It's a bit low. The percentage is maybe about 5% because there's a rare case of Alzheimer's that a young people at his early 30 are diagnosed with Alzheimer's, early 30. But it's a rare.
Younger than 30, there are no cases.
No cases so far.
If we get a disease like Alzheimer, if we recover from the Alzheimer, can we get our memory back?
Like I said before, that currently there is no cure for this disease, so you cannot recover from this disease for today, until today. So these drugs only slowing the progress, the dying process. Like some certain type of cancer, it cannot be cured and recovered perfectly, and it just slowing the progress. It's just slowing your dying process. Same as with Alzheimer, because we haven't found any cure for it. Is it answering your question?
So there will be no precaution to avoid this.
You mean prevention?
Yeah.
At first, I thought to include this into the slide, but I think it will be too long. And there is some preventions. So the simple prevention is just to implement a healthy lifestyle, like exercising, get enough sleep, don't eat too much like cardiovascular risk, like junk food and so on and so forth. Just implement healthy lifestyle, so you can minimize the risk of getting this disease because it affects everyone, no exception.
So it has been found that those patients of Alzheimer's disease didn't have a healthy lifestyle.
It's not what to say. They found out that the one that not following a healthy lifestyle have a higher risk to what to say to get this disease. But not all the patients didn't have a good lifestyle.
Oh, but your grandmother, is still suffering?
She passed away about like 10 years ago. Any comments? This is question section.
You prepare this. You prepare this. Any comments? Right, a couple of comments. When did you prepare the speech, Wahyu?
I prepared a speech like last night at 11, and I prepared a presentation this morning, like literally this morning.
Yeah, and I can see that you can, I mean, you could have prepared better presentations. I mean, like today, I feel like you're not really in your top game. A couple of main points are very clear because the language is very technical. I feel like you could simplify these into, language that your audience could understand better. They're very scientific. The story in the beginning didn't really leave much impression. I couldn't really recall what the story was about. So if you are going to use a story to gain attention, perhaps I don't know, probably show a video. I don't know, perhaps something to clarify what the story is really about. I only remember about spinach and pork, and I can't really remember what they are. So yeah, if it's something that you want the audience, to really grasp on what the speech is about, it should be something that they will remember afterwards. Yeah, something that you mark. Also, a couple of main points I said weren't very clear because you didn't really show them on your slides. Like you mentioned a couple of symptoms, but we didn't really get that because there weren't anything on your visuals. Your visuals show only pictures. So I couldn't really reinforce your central idea now because I don't really remember what those symptoms are now. Overall, it's very scientific. I think you could simplify them. Maybe use some analogies to make it clearer, like if your brain is a ball, then Alzheimer is like dented ball or something like that, so people can imagine what that actually is. Thank you very much. This is very